Shout out to the homies at Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. Yes, indeed. But man, we got a couple of awesome things going on with them today. All right. So not just the usual, because we know the main thing is the promo code, which is MOATS, right? You use that MOATS, you get 20% off of your purchases site wide, along with free shipping worldwide. But that's not it. That's just not it. Okay. Because we know this time of year is holiday season. In particular, one of the best holidays coming up is Black Friday, right? All the sales. Everybody get a deal. You get a deal. I get a deal. Oh, we can't forget Cyber Monday as well, right? Cyber Monday. Oh, you get a deal. You get a deal. Everybody got deals. Deals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Manscaped also is doing a deal, man. They're also doing a deal. So site-wide from the 22nd, which was yesterday, right? November 22nd, all the way to November 29th, okay? The 22nd through the 29th. That's a 7-day span. That's a lot of days right there. You will get 25% off all site purchases. All right. All site purchases for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That is what they are doing. Still use that promo code. All right. Still use the promo code. So that way you know where you're getting that love from. But you will get 25% off now. Okay. 25% off during this time because of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So that is a dope thing that my friends over at Manscaped are doing for the holidays, because they want to make sure that, you know, whether you're stocking stuffings or whatever you're doing, that your stocking is a little, you know, trimmed up and is looking nice and elongated the way it's supposed to be. All right. So shout out to the homies at Manscaped, man. But use that promo code MOATS as always. I'm personally ready to just make the switch and have Spillane get those snaps.
We're at that point.
I mean, because this is my thing. It's like, all right, how many times do we have to talk about the same things? Vision. Grinding blindly. We'd always have a coach. He's like made like a blind dog in a meat house because he just running. I'm like, yo, there's nothing telling you to trigger downhill full speed right now. Why are you doing this? The play is going away. You cut off the backside pursuit. You're not in your gap. Then you're not even the secondary contain. Like, you're killing us. You know what I mean? And that doesn't even count for when, okay, you actually do read the play right, but now that you're in coverage, you get beat to your leverage side.
Oh, yeah.
Like
what you're talking about, the inside pass for the touchdown?
That's the other thing. It's like, bro, it's man-to-man coverage. You're sitting on his inside. You are supposed to be on. You cannot get beat across your face. You have zero help over there. And it's like, I'm watching him, and your eyes aren't even on your work. Your eyes are in the backfield. You're not playing zone. You're playing man. If you're in a zone eyes equal, you stare at the quarterback so you can break on him, right? When his hand come off the ball, now we're triggering. But when you're a man, you can't look at the quarterback. You got to look at your work unless you can touch that guy with your elbow, not even your hand, because your hand is too far away. He might step away. Now you got to reach. You go elbow. So now if the ball's out there, I can still extend it. But you're watching them, and I'm just like, what are you looking at? Why, like, where is your attention to detail in some of these calls? And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the responsibility on every single call, because, I mean, for the local people, don't know what I'm talking about. You know, some people, you know, you can't critique them without knowing the full call, offense, defense, and I get that. But when you are watching the actual defense and knowing just the puzzle of it, it's like, bro, that's on you. Like, that can't happen. That is one of the cardinal sins. Like, every defense has a cardinal sin. It's like, hey, if we're in this coverage, you can't get beat there. If we're in that coverage, you better not get beat here. And it's just like, bro, you're in one. You can't get beat across your face, baby. That cannot happen. And it's just certain things where it's like I said, it just keeps popping up. Regardless if we're talking about week 1 or here we are now. Was it week 12? Is this week 12 now? It should be week 12 coming up, right?
What's our record? 5-4-1. So it's 10. We had the bye. Yeah, it's gonna be week 12.
Week 12. So here we are, week 12, and we're having the same issues coming up. And it's like, all right, if you don't respond to your snaps being reduced, right, with Spillane being out there, okay, well, that didn't send the message to you. So what has to happen? What's the next thing you could do? Okay, man, let's have Spillane start one game. Let's just see if that lights the fire up under him, because talent-wise, it's still there. I mean, it's funny. I'm watching the game again. I'm like, dude, I mean, the play you made, that was a nice play right there. That looked good. But then you're just like, bro, you got 4 in a row of like, what are you doing? So you got a tight end blocking you. Like, bro.
You talking about the
touchdown? It's like, bro,
yeah, the touchdown run.
It's Jared Cook. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Didn't even move.
If we talking about Jared Cook catching a pass on him, hey, I'm fine with that. Jared Cook, you a big man. Yo, we know you can catch. Remember, I even joked. I was like, yo, if you want to take the receiving yards on Jared Cook, go for it. As a joke, right? But Jared Cook cannot block you. Like, it's a tight end. He can't block. Like, and that's the mentality where was the mentality in terms of being a linebacker in Pittsburgh was like, yo, you can never let a tight end block you, like ever. It's disrespect. Like you see how Highsmith and TJ treat tight ends. Like, bro, if a tight end is on you, bro, it's a spit in your face. Like, nah, you better bring help ASAP. But to just see that, he's like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, give me a little bit more effort. And that's the part where it's like, it can't be vision. It can't be you're seeing it wrong and effort and tackling and this and like it's too much adding up right now. You know what I mean? It's like, I get the expectation. I get we want to keep waiting, but I'm like, bro, how many weeks we waiting? Like eventually it's going to keep costing us. And we can't have that. Just think if Eckler has one less touchdown, or just think if we get one more stop in there, it changes everything. It's a totally different game. But to me, it's just like, man, we're getting to that point where it's just happening too frequently, man. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is it going to get better? Because, like, for me, after so many weeks, I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm not opposed. It's whatever helps the defense, whatever helps the team get these stops. If it's Spillane, we get in there, and because how many times this season too have we given up way more on the ground than we probably should have? Yes, Alex Collins, 100 yards. Now, who do you want to attribute that to? Whatever, you could go game by game with that, but it's been, the past 3, 4, 5 weeks we've been mentioning Bush and some of his assignments and just various things that come with it. I mean, it's 3 or 4 different things too.
Like I say, it shouldn't be happening at this stage of the season. Whether you want to attribute it to the knee, whether you want to attribute it to the lack of preseason time, whether you want to attribute it to him being young, it's just like, you can't be making these type of day one. Like, and when I say day one, I'm saying in the sense of like this Steelers defense, we're taught it's certain, every defense, like you said, has a strength and a weakness. So before we even get into the intricacies of the defense, that's the first thing we're talking about. Yo, you can't lose here. This is where we want the ball to go. Because every defense is going to have just strength weakness where you want to funnel it to. And it's like, you have to know these things. But yet it's almost as if like he goes out there and he's either mixing them up or hasn't really like thought it through, and he's seeing it for the first time, and it's hurting him. It's really hurting him, man. And in turn, it hurts the defense. Yeah. But it's frustrating because he's still like, bro, talent wise, it's crazy because it's like, yo, you can get to the ball, you can do these things, like you are gifted athletically, but I just don't know mentally where he's at with it, man.
Dude, let me get this out because I just remembered what it is. I was going to say about Bush. I guess one of the cases someone could make for Bush's poor play recently is just the lack of talent around him. But that's not really what you should be looking for a guy of his stature, where he's drafted, his talent. You get what I mean? Not having not having even our backups like Loudermilk, Tyson Alualu out there too. That can't help.
My response is simple. When I'm watching the plays, if it's a play where I feel like, all right, that's on a D lineman, I don't even fault Devin Bush for those. I honestly don't.
Cook's the example, though.
No, but Cooks is coming from the tight end position.
That's what I mean. That's why it's a bad play on Bush.
Exactly. I'm like, that has zero to do with talent around you. That's your assignment. Hat in hand to him and be physical. And it starts with your mentality that it's a tight end. Tight end don't want to play. Tight end don't want to be on defense. That's what they play on offense. You know what I mean? A tight end is a D end that don't want to hit. You put him on offense, now you got big body athlete. That's the difference right there. So to me, I'm like, bro, you got to just have that mindset that I'm going to put my face through your face. You know what I mean? And you're going to blink first or go sleep first. Like, that's what it is. And you're watching some of these plays and it's like, that's not the mentality always. Like, less about who's around you, less about even if your technique is wrong. I don't even care about the technique sometimes. It's like, just show me that you want to be physical. Show me that you actually want to make a play, that you're not content being blocked. That's less about assignment. That's just desire. Is that not?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think like that's something that we're like trying to ask too much of. But we can all see a difference between a guy that's fighting, like Cam Hayward, for example. You watch Cam and it's like, bro, this dude Cam 50 yards downfield trying to make a play. This dude falling over people trying to make a play. He's trying to do whatever it can to make a play. He always said the same, he played like his hair is on fire, right? Because he's like, just out of control. He's just going. He's going. But then you watch 5'5", and it's like, it's a noticeable difference between the effort with 5'5" and the effort with a guy like Cam Hayward. One guy is trying to do whatever it takes to make a play, even when Cam's technique is bad. And sometimes it is bad. And be like, Cam, bro, I don't know what you was trying to do right here, big dog. I love the effort, though. But with Devin, it's like you don't get the same type of vibe. You don't get that same type of, yo, I feel like I got to do whatever it takes to get there. And that's the part that's also frustrating, because I can understand, okay, if the guards are getting blown back or the D-line's in your face, hey, man, cool. But that hasn't been the case. Even when we talk about Mondo won't get blown off that ball like that. It won't like Devin was playing back here and he got D-line. Like, we've seen that before. That sucks. You trying to shuffle and read, and it's like, yo.
Yeah, Mondo's just not doing anything crazy.
Right. Mondo might not getting splashed, but he's not getting washed. He's doing his assignment.
Yeah, taking on a couple guys, just being in the mix.
Isaiah Bugs to me is playing well. So I get the names aren't out there, but it's not as if it's this drastic, oh man, he's in just such a firestorm, he can't read it. Like, no. And then I'm like, bro, you 8-9 yards back. And sometimes, like, I'm like, bro, you deep as heck. You should be able to read this and be flying downhill. And he's like, you don't even do that. So I get what we're trying to do to make it better, but
no, I just wanted to present that argument because I'm not trying to make those excuses. If Spillane's in there and he's playing better, that's what we need to do then. That's because that's who we got out there right now.
That's my thing, bro.
Yeah, it can't be that the whole time. It could be whenever we were talking, maybe 4 or 5 games ago, you brought up a couple cases of like, yeah, he just needs more snaps. He's talented, just missing things here and there. And then we could talk about us missing Alualu or missing a couple defense line. But at this point, I'm with you. It's just like, bro, if you're not getting it done, we need the better guy out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's like, how long do you wait on the talent? That was one of the things that we'd always say in the league. We're like, bro, potential would get you fired. Because if you're a coach, you'll keep waiting on him because of the potential. And that's what you always hear me talk. I'm like, bro, I don't care about potential. I want productivity. Like, it's a plenty of guys that have potential to be great players. Plenty of guys that have potential to be Hall of Famers. But if the productivity doesn't match, you just got a great athlete who's not doing anything for you. And that's how you get fired. That's how you have bad defenses. So eventually it's going to get to that point where that conversation is legitimately going to be had. It might have already started being had. I mean, clearly it has when they started putting Spillane out there. So it's like, how much longer until one of these two things break, whether it's Devin picking it up and being a way more consistent player, or them saying, hey, look, man, you're costing us too much. We got to go with the less talented player, but the guy that is at least going to give us consistent productivity. It might not be to your level of what you're capable of, but at least we know it's here. It's not going to be this.
Yeah, we ain't even getting any splash.
Like, I'm like, if you're giving a splash, we don't mind splash if you're getting beat, right? You give us forced fumble, you get us a tackle for a loss, a pick, PBU, but it's like, we're not even getting that right now.